The smooth flow of communication is dependent upon each element. If one element does not function well, it will affect the entire flow of communication. That is why through the process, communication breakdown occurs. Barriers are factors that affect the flow of communication. They may also be any obstacles or difficulties that come in the way of communication. These disruptions, which prevent messages from being interpreted properly, causes communication breakdown. To become an effective communicator, you should recognize these barriers that hinder the communication process. This will enable you to control the situation, reset conditions, and start anew. Breakdowns occur in the communication process from time to time. A breakdown in communication occurs when the message or the feedback is not sent or received properly, at least in the way that the sender intends, or is not received by the concerned party altogether. An example of communication breakdown is when your phone conversation with someone just cut off just as you're about to tell the important details about your message. Another example of communication breakdown is when you cannot clearly understand the salient points of your teacher because your seatmate is distracting you. Many of the causes of communication breakdown can be classified as noise. Noise is the technical term used to refer to all the possible barriers to effective communication. A broad definition of noise in communication is something that keeps a receiver from completely comprehending a message. Noise comes in many forms. Distractions can inhibit a person from offering his undivided attention and may keep him from fully grasping what you are trying to say. These disturbances guarantee that the receiver will either misinterpret your information or not understand at all. The efficacy of communication is impacted by how much noise there is in the communication channel. Noise may be physical, psychological, physiological, or semantic. Physical noise. It is also known as external noise or sensory stimuli. These are sights, sounds, and any other distractions that comes from or within the physical environment. For example, your neighbor singing in a karaoke, giggles of teenagers, heavy rain, a distracting visual aid, phone ringing loudly, horns of vehicles, an attractive person passing by, noise in a construction site, poor ventilation, music.
It really hurts.
Psychological noise. This originates from the emotional state, mental state, and psychological makeup of a person. These are distractions to a speaker's message caused by a receiver's internal thoughts. For example, depression, anger, paranoia, biases, boredom, lack of interest, missing someone, excited to do something, daydreaming, insanity, poor attention, worries, maturity, and fear. Physiological noise. This is known as bodily conditions, which occur due to the physical condition of sender or receiver, which might even be physical disabilities. It includes sensory dysfunction and other physical dysfunctions. For example, hunger, stomach ache, hearing loss, body pain, poor eyesight, fatigue, illness like allergy, flu, and more, and disorders like Alzheimer's, cancers, etc. Semantic noise. This refers to anything related to the meaning of words that distorts or masks a message and confuses the listener. It occurs when a receiver experiences confusion over the meaning of a source's word choice. While you are attempting to understand a particular word or phrase, the speaker continues to present a message. While you are struggling with the word interpretation, you are distracted from listening to the rest of the message. It involves an intentional misunderstanding caused by ambiguity, ethnic slurs, profanity, and vulgar speech. For example, use of foreign language, limited vocabulary, differing interpretation of a meaning of a word, ambiguous words, accent, jargon, abstract ideas, mispronunciation, bad grammar, and cultural background. Consider the classroom scenario in which you and your classmates are listening to a lecture by your math teacher. Physical noise may be the voice of your seatmates chatting with one another, while psychological noise is the other things you think while you're listening to the lecture. Physiological noise, on the other hand, is the bodily condition you feel that you lose concentration, like hunger, headache, body pain, and so on. Semantic noise refers to the language or vocabulary of your teacher and how well you understand it. That's all for the elements and breakdowns of communication. I'll see you on the next lesson.